Okay, today we are wading into a topic that feels less like nutrition sometimes and maybe more like a massive marketing campaign. Superfoods.
Right.
You see them everywhere. Exotic berries, ancient grains, you know the drill. The hype is just huge.
It really is.
So our mission in this deep dive is to try and strip away that commercial polish. Let's isolate the science, the actual mechanisms, separate the truth from the sales strategy.
And that separation is pretty vital because, strictly speaking, superfood doesn't have an official scientific definition or a regulatory one.
No official definition.
No, it's basically a marketing term, really, applied to foods that happen to be very nutrient dense.
Yeah.
And that lack of rigor, that's why the European Union actually banned using the term superfood on labels way back in 2007.
Really? 2007?
Yeah, they were concerned about, misleading health claims, which makes sense.
Okay, so right off the bat, the core takeaway seems pretty clear. No single food is some kind of magic bullet.
Absolutely not. Optimal health comes down to a varied diet. You could call it a super diet, maybe, made of diverse whole foods.
Right. These individual superfoods are just complements then, like boosters.
Exactly. They can boost a good diet, but they won't replace one. They certainly can't fix fundamentally poor eating habits.
Got it.
Now, what's fascinating here, the actual power isn't in the fancy label. It's in specific bioactive compounds within the food.
Bioactive compounds, like what?
We're talking about things like polyphenols, anthocyanins. These are potent antioxidants. And then there's sulforaphane, which is getting a lot of attention for its anti-inflammatory effects.
Okay, focusing on those compounds makes things clear. So take cruciferous vegetables, right? Broccoli, kale, cabbage, that family.
Yeah, great example.
Their power comes from compounds called glucosinolates.
That's right.
And when you chew them or chop them, that damage releases an enzyme.
Pyrosinase. Right.
And that enzyme converts the glucosinolates into isothiocyanates.
And the star player there is sulforaphane.
Sulforaphane, the anti-inflammatory one, linked to reducing chronic disease risk. Okay.
And, it's kind of astonishing how often we overlook local, affordable options for expensive imports.
Yeah. Like what?
Well, everyone hears about acai berries, right? Huge marketing push. But amla, the Indian gooseberry, some sources cite it as having up to 20 times more vitamin C.
Wow, 20 times.
Yeah, it just shows that local, affordable foods can be just as good or even nutritionally superior. And think about grains, too. Quinoa gets called a complete protein.
What does that mean exactly?
It means it contains all 9 essential amino acids. Those are the ones your body can't make on its own, so you have to get them from food.
Okay, but just knowing about sulforaphane or vitamin C isn't enough, is it? Preparation matters.
Hugely. If you don't prepare these foods right, you can actually lose a lot of the benefits.
Right, let's get into the practical stuff, the preparation hacks. Back to broccoli and sulforaphane. You mentioned that enzyme myrosinase.
Yes, the crucial enzyme.
Well, apparently it's really sensitive to heat.
Extremely. If you cook broccoli too hot, you basically destroy the myrosinase and you don't get the sulforaphane.
So how should you cook it? Or not cook it?
Well, the optimal way is eating it raw, if you can, or just lightly steaming it. Keep the temperature below 140 Celsius, roughly 280 Fahrenheit. Any higher, and you lose the good stuff.
Good to know. Steaming, not boiling to death.
Exactly. And connecting this to the bigger picture, it's often about nutrient synergy, too, how foods work together.
Synergy, like what?
Okay, think about fat-soluble vitamins. Carotenoids, for example. The pigments in leafy greens or carrots. Your body can't absorb them well without some dietary fat.
Ah, so that's why you drizzle olive oil on salad.
Precisely. Or add avocado. You need that fat for absorption. Same idea with iron from plants, like spinach that's non-heme iron.
Which is harder to absorb than iron from meat, right?
Much harder. But if you pair that spinach with a food high in vitamin C, like bell peppers or citrus fruit, bang. You significantly boost the iron uptake.
Okay, so vitamin C helps iron absorption. What else?
Well, spices, too. Turmeric is huge right now for its active compound, curcumin.
Yeah, anti-inflammatory claims again.
Right. But curcumin has notoriously low bioavailability. Your body doesn't absorb it well on its own.
So what do?
You need an adjuvant. The classic one is piperine, which is the active compound in black pepper. Add a pinch of black pepper to your turmeric, and you dramatically increase absorption.
Simple trick? Black pepper?
Yep. And for green tea, the main antioxidant is EGCG. Best absorption happens when you drink it on an empty stomach. And guess what else helps?
Let me guess. Vitamin C.
You got it. A squeeze of citrus juice enhances EGCG uptake. Vitamin C is like a secret weapon for bioavailability.
Okay, this is great, but it also sounds like these compounds are pretty powerful biologically. Are there risks?
Yeah.
Safety issues?
That's a really important point.
Yes.
Because they are so biologically active, they can interact strongly with common medications.
Uh-oh. Like what?
Okay, crucial warning here. Leafy greens are high in vitamin K. If you're on a blood thinner like warfarin, that vitamin K can counteract the drug's effect. You need stable intake.
That sounds serious.
It is. And another big one, grapefruit. Grapefruit juice, or even the fruit, can interfere with enzymes that break down certain drugs, like some statins used for cholesterol. This can dangerously increase the drug concentration in your blood.
Wow. Okay. Need to check with your doctor about interactions then.
Absolutely essential. Don't just start loading up on something because it's super without considering your medications.
And what about other metabolic risks? Anything else?
Yeah, oxalates. Foods like spinach, beets, rhubarb, even nuts and chia seeds are high in oxalates.
Oxalates can form kidney stones.
In susceptible individuals, yes, they can contribute, but there's a mitigation strategy. Consuming these high oxalate foods with something rich in calcium helps.
How does that work?
The calcium binds to the oxalate in your gut, preventing it from being absorbed into your bloodstream and reaching the kidneys. So think spinach and cheese, maybe.
Interesting. One more warning I read about. Chia seeds.
Ah, yes, the choking hazard. It sounds dramatic, but it's real. Chia seeds absorb a lot of liquid and expand rapidly.
So you can't just eat them dry.
Definitely not recommended. You must pre-soak them or add them to sufficient liquid, like in a smoothie or pudding. If you eat a spoonful dry, they could expand in your esophagus. It's a genuine risk.
Okay, soak your chia seeds.
Yeah.
Got it. So, wrapping this up, what does this all really mean for someone trying to eat healthy?
Well, the focus really shifts, doesn't it? It's less about chasing exotic, expensive superfoods.
And more about?
More about building a balanced, varied diet overall. Optimizing how you get the nutrients through smart preparation, gentle steaming, pairing foods with fat or vitamin C.
And choosing affordable, local options that can be just as powerful, like you said, with amla versus acai.
Exactly. It's about the whole picture, not just isolated ingredients. So here's a final thought for you to chew on, maybe. Given all these complex interactions, we talked about the drug issues, the preparation sensitivity, like with myrosinase, the oxalate risk. How does really understanding this stuff change your view on, say, popping a concentrated supplement powder versus eating the whole, raw, carefully prepared food itself? Something to think about.